Hey guys, okay, so this is going to be the eye brushes section of my series. I was going to put them all in one video, but then I realized that I was rambling and wanted to talk a little bit too much, so I decided to make it into two videos. Okay, so this is going to be part two. I'm going to start with all over shader brushes. So here are just some of the ones that I have that I'm going to kind of describe to you. The first basic ones I'm going to talk about are things that you can use for all over color. So I'm going to start off with the really small ones. This one is an Ulta one. This one is a Low Cornell Maxine Mop in 1/4 of an inch. I don't know if you can see that, if that's showing up. Maxine Mop in 1/4 of an inch. And these are just really, really tiny brushes. These are really good for getting inner corners. You can actually take some and get some color like on the tip and place it underneath your lower lash line. You can also do precise application if you are using like 3 colors for your eyelid. You can, do a third here, a third here, and a third here. These smaller brushes are really good for things like that. These next brushes that I'm going to show you are going to be good for, let's just say you're using one color all over your lid. These are going to be great for packing on color, getting great color payoff, and getting the most pigmentation you can out of the eyeshadows that you have. This is the Sigma SS239. This is the e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, which if you guys don't already know, this is eyeslipsface.com, where you can get all their stuff for either $1 or $3 depending on what you get. And then this is the infamous Low Cornell Maxine Mop in 3/8 of an inch as well. And these are just really good for getting shadows, pressed shadows in the pan, like something like this. I mean, an eyeshadow that looks like this, not necessarily this one, but an eyeshadow that is pressed in the pan, not any kind of... The reason I say that is there are brushes that are better for putting on pigments and working with loose shadows. Those are the ones that are going to have synthetic bristles. These are going to be brushes like the MAC 242 and the MAC 252. These are both special edition. Again, I don't have the full size. I don't really use these often enough to need the full size, but these are synthetic bristles, so they're very, very dense, and they're not made of like hair. These are going to work better wet. Like if you spray Fix Plus on them and then put your pigment on them or whatever, these are going to help pick up that color and give you an awesome color payoff. And the other kind of eyeshadow brushes I'm going to talk about are highlighting, I guess you can call them highlighting brushes, just big, big brushes. If you can see the difference, this is the Maxine Mop in 3/8 of an inch. This is like the normal all over brush, and then this is the Mumbo Jumbo MAC 227. And I love this brush. This is great. This actually you can just take and you do a wash of color over your eye, but you can also take and do like a highlight here. And this brush is so big that it's versatile enough where you can actually take it and do highlighting on your cheeks. This is another one that I used before I got this 227, and this is the Face Secrets Shadow Blender, and I got this from Sally Beauty Supply for a handful of dollars. I don't remember how much it was, but it was a lot cheaper than this one, I'll tell you that. But I do love this brush. I wouldn't trade this in for the world. I do love it. So any kind of bigger eyeshadow brush is what you're going to want for highlighting purposes. Okay, so the next brushes I'm going to talk about are going to be crease brushes. There are two types, I guess, main types of crease brushes. The first of these types are going to be the fluffier brushes, and the second of these types are going to be the pointier, more tapered crease brushes. I'm going to talk about the fluffier ones first. The ones you're going to hear most about are the MAC 217 and the MAC 224. Now these are two different brushes. They're completely different brushes, and I think they serve completely different purposes. If you're going to buy one brush from MAC, just one, I would definitely say the 217. The reason I say this is because, to be honest with you, every other brush is going to be a dupable. Meaning, dupable, that's a funny word to say. Meaning every one of these brushes you're going to be able to find something similar enough to work for you, but this is the only brush that Sigma now has one. This is the travel size because I don't have the full size because I just started making it. But I don't think the quality is even as good as this. Not gonna lie, it's good enough, but I think this one's a little too soft to do the amazing things that this brush can do. This brush is perfect for everything. You could use this for everything. You could use the belly side of it to apply the color. You can use the tip to place color directly into the crease, and you can use the entire surface area right here to do circular motions and blend everything out. Perfect, perfect, perfect. There are also brushes like this one, and I've got one from Coastal Scents. This is the deluxe crease brush, whatever, that are kind of tapered. They're skinny and then they get chubby and then they get skinny at the top. Same thing. This one's not really good for crease work because it's very, very flimsy, if you can see. Like, it's super soft, which I love, but I use this more for my Benefit Powder Flage. If you don't know what that is, this is this pink little powder right here. This will set your under eye concealer. So when you put under eye concealer on, I take a little bit of this and just put it lightly under my eyes. Perfect. It's perfect for that because it's so soft and it doesn't pick up a lot of colors, so you don't have to worry about it. But a little too soft to work in the crease. But this is just stiff enough where it can, you know, work out and blend your colors out so nicely. And then there is also what is called a doe foot stippling brush, and it looks like this. It is angled, if you can tell that is an angle, and it's really thick. It's super soft, but it's thick. Again, kind of difficult unless you are more experienced. It's kind of difficult to place this, place colors in a specific area. It's really good for the crease if you can get, you know, if you have a large enough eye area where you can place color in your crease. It's not good for blending, but it is good for placing the color. And then you can use more of a dome shaped brush to blend it out. Now the other type of crease brush are going to be a pencil type brush. This is the MAC 219, Sigma 219, SS 219, and these are the Essence of Beauty brushes. Can you see that? Whatever. It's Essence of Beauty. These both will come together. They come in a set, and they're super inexpensive, and they're actually really good. You can also use it to like smoke out your liner, or, you know, smudge out your liner on the bottom or anything like that. The next type of brushes that I'm going to talk about are angled brushes. These are really good to have for your brows. You can also use this to place if you want to use a black shadow instead of an eyeliner, like a liquid or a pencil eyeliner. You can do that as your eyeliner because that angle is going to help you get in your inner corner, you know, and then you can flip it around and do the wing, whatever you want to do. Now the last type of brushes, speaking of eyeliner, that I'm going to talk about are liner brushes. I know some people are nervous about using eyeliners that come in pots like this. I know I was terrified. I'm like, when I see this in here, I'm like, okay, so how the hell am I supposed to transfer this to here? So enter brushes like this. If you're not comfortable with doing it, again, don't do it. I will suggest some brushes that are really good. This is a synthetic, very thin brush, but the bristles are really dense, like I'm pushing, and you know, they're very dense. I love this brush. This is a great brush for eyeliner. And then I also have one that's like that, but it's flat top. Something like this is going to be really good for eyeliner on the waterline. This is a bent liner brush, and then this is just a straight one. They're the same brush essentially. This one is a craft one. This is a Low Cornell something. I hold stuff really close to the base. Like when I'm writing with a pencil, like I hold it really close. So with this, it's easier to scoot your hand back so you can see what you're doing in your mirror as you're applying this line. And then for these, this is just good for like creating the outer wing or whatever like that. The last kind of brush is kind of a face, eye, just kind of a whatever brush, and it's a fan brush. This is good for sweeping away fallout. If you want a very light sheer, I mean super sheer coverage of blush, you can take this and kind of run it in and then just sweep it on like you would my big fluffy brush that I love so much. You know, sweeping it like this. You can do the same thing with this. Really hope this was the kind of video you guys were looking for, and I really hope this was helpful for you. If there are any questions, feel free to ask on my Formspring account, which I'll put the link in the sidebar, or you can ask in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.